show is on Garth time. The phone's ringing. Here we go. Lonestar 92.
Hey, good morning. It's Garth.
Hello, Garth Brooks.
How are you? Is this Miss Gwen?
It is.
How are you? I apologize for being late. How are you this morning?
That's perfectly fine. I'm great. How are you?
I am better than I deserve.
As am I, sir. As am I. It's early for you, huh?
Yes, but in a musician's life, it's always early.
I know.
You roll into these places, you're walking in the hall, you got all your bags with you, and you roll into the arena, and it's 6 o'clock in the evening, and everybody you look at, you go, good morning. They go, good morning, because our day starts when the show starts. So
right.
Everything's early for us.
I know, and then they wonder why, like, us radio people, are you going to stay for the show? No.
I would, but I have to drive straight from there to work, so
right.
No, but please tell me you're going to come to this one. Please, please, please.
Yes, absolutely, because when I was talking with Glenn, by the way, you have the most fabulous people who work with you.
Glenn is just an ace in the hole, man. He's a keeper.
I actually have never been to a Garth show.
That's probably because you're too young, but that's how it always is.
I'm not. I'm 35, but
yeah, you're too young. So,
but you did play out here one time. I think I was like 9 or 10 years old. But no, I have not, because I never made it to Vegas, and so I just didn't get there. And
no, we played when you were a baby. We played Midland, Odessa with Steve Warner.
Uh-huh.
We also got to do some clubs out there, and then played like Pike Fest, out in Lubbock and stuff. So
yeah. Somebody said they saw you. What, I can't remember what club it was they saw you, because we've been talking about you on Facebook Live and some of the questions that the listeners wanted to ask you. And,
very cool.
Yeah. So we obviously want to talk about. Your great accomplishments, obviously the biggest selling artist of all time. Just a fantastic entertainer. And we know all those great things about you, but I know that you're all about your fans, which is really amazing, because you don't
get. I tell you, the people are the ones that allow you to be an artist, them and God. So it's pretty cool, man. And it's cool to be among them. Concerts are concerts, but what I love is in that first song, if you can blur the line between them and you, then it becomes a party. If they start singing, you'll know right away if they're going to sing all night long. And if they start singing, then it just becomes a joy and just so much fun. And it's so crazy. And it's just one of those things that you wish would last forever, and it feels like it's 10 seconds long.
Yeah, and you just don't want it to end, and as a fan, being on both sides of the fence kind of here, being kind of in the business and being a fan and going to shows, it's like that. When an artist can just take you away for that 90 minutes or however long, that's it. And you are I've not seen you personally, we just talked about that, but I haven't personally been there, but I've just heard that you just take your fans to another level. And you just have the best time with your fans, and it's just the best show.
Well, I tell you what, it's the greatest joy. Nothing ever is going to compare to being a dad. That's been the highlight of my life, and will be. But I got to tell you, whatever that is that happens during the concert, whatever that thing you're talking about is, that is the most fun that you can have. It shouldn't be legal. I'm so glad it is.
Isn't it? It's so true when people ask you, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
Yeah, well, this is definitely it. I mean, you put in hours, you put in time. I've never seen anybody put in more time than my wife does. She just puts in time. But yeah, no. The last time I worked for a living, I was 23 and I was roofing houses, and that was some work for you, but especially in Oklahoma during the summertime. So this is a sheer joy.
By the way, speaking of Miss Yearwood, as you like to call her.
Yes.
I told you earlier we took some questions from some fans.
Yes.
From some listeners. One of them wants to know, what is your favorite dish that Trisha makes?
There's so many things she does. She's turned me on to dressing, because I was always a stuffing guy. I was raised with stuff. She's turned me on to dressing, which is phenomenal. And she'll make it whenever you get the hankering. You don't have to wait, once a year at Thanksgiving to get it. I'm a starch guy, as you can tell by the way I'm built. So I love mashed potatoes, and she makes these rice dishes that are unbelievable. So she can do the meat and three, or she can do, the healthier stuff and make it taste fantastic. And so it's she's an all around doll, and just a fabulous cook. Her mom was a fabulous cook. My mom, was a fabulous cook. So it's not like I haven't been around them, but this girl's on another level.
Well, her shows are amazing. Her books are amazing. And you two together are amazing.
She's cool. She's, whoever has the most Grammys runs the house, and so I don't run the house. So that's the great thing. Everybody kind of knows her now for the cooking show, but then at the shows, when she opens her mouth, you go, oh, my God, yes, there's a female vocalist right there. And it's just, it's a joy to get to be with the love of your life, traveling the world playing music.
Well, her voice is definitely God-given, unbelievable.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about your album, Gunslinger and Baby Let's Lay Down. That is just a fun, good time Garth song right there.
Yeah, it is, man. I really like it, and it's now what starts the show. So if you can tell that is the song that starts the show, then it's going to just be a party all night long. So it's pretty cool. We wanted to get new music in the show because, I believe concerts are for the old stuff. Nothing gets you more than going to a concert and somebody playing a whole new record you don't know yet.
Right.
So we play all of our old stuff, but to get the new stuff in, we got to put it up at the top, and then the ride begins. So it's a great way to start the show.
A question that we got from multiple listeners was, what is your favorite song to perform live?
Yeah, man, for me, and we'll talk about this the night that we're in there, for me, it's Callin' Baton Rouge.
Oh, okay.
There's just something about that song that the whole crowd goes to a whole new level on, and it's so much fun to play. And then, there's stuff that you're not going to not play. You can't come to a Garth show and not play the dance.
Right.
You can't come to a Garth show and not play Friends in Low Places. And so these things are fun songs to do, and each one has their moment. But if you're talking just pure live, what's the song? Get ready. It's Callin' Baton Rouge.
Oh, that's so fun. I always thought it was Two of a Kind working on a Full House.
Two of a Kind working on a Full House is just I don't even know what this word quintessential means, but I hear everybody saying it when they go, that is the perfect country song. Two of a Kind is so much fun to record, and it's I don't know what it is. It's honky tonk, it's shuffle, it's swing, it's slinky, it's all the good things. Another song like it that's just one of those right down the middle things is Rodeo.
Yeah.
So it's fun. Those two usually come back to back in the show, and then things like Beaches or Cheyenne, the cowboy songs, stuff like that. Those are fun to do.
Well, it's funny when they asked me, when Glenn asked me what my favorite Garth song was, I think I kind of threw him off because I told him it was To Make You Feel My Love.
Oh, the Dylan piece.
Yeah.
So nice. Yeah, that was fun, and it's a great moment in the show. We don't play. You try and make each night different.
Right.
So there are some nights you play it, some nights you don't. But anytime you do play it, it usually comes down to just you and your guitar, those people.
When
and
it's so raw.
It's so sweet.
Let me throw in a couple more questions. Who has been your biggest influence, and what would you say to inspire others, the kiddos?
Well, I think other than God and your parents, I think your biggest influence is probably going to be whoever your heroes are. And for me, in music, my heroes are straight. Keith Whitley, Haggard, Jones, Ledoux. Those are the guys. The guys that are getting me today that I just love listening to. Urban, Aldean, these guys just really good talents that I just enjoy watching what they do and seeing what they do. And they're opening doors. They're opening doors for all of us to get to play music that might not have been considered country before, the same way that straight and then, straight brought swing back into country music too. So it was it's good to have these guys that aren't afraid to kick down doors, and then those are kind of like your heroes.
Awesome. And what is your favorite city to perform? That was asked multiple times.
Well, you know what? My favorite city to perform is whoever's the loudest, the craziest, the most fun. There's a sincerity in concerts. And I don't know if I think, I go to concerts all the time that aren't mine.
Uh-huh.
So in the seat, you can tell when the artist feels like they're at home.
Yeah.
And from the stage, you can tell when the crowd feels like they are in their own living room. And when that happens, that's my favorite city to play, whatever city that is.
You know what? That's so true. Well, I'm pretty sure if I was a betting woman, and I do like Vegas, that Lubbock is going to erupt.
I can promise you this: no one is more excited than me and the boys. This is kind of where we started. This is the beginning for us. So to get to play West Texas, this is a place that knows country music better than anybody else on the planet. That's where you want to fire it up. Bring a lot of amplifiers, because trust me, it's going to be loud. Bring your helmet, bring your cup. This is going to be crazy.
Well, and before we let you go, let's talk about your box set that's out. The newest one.
It's so much fun, and putting the new music with the older stuff is cool, and it kind of all blended together really, really well. So we really got very fortunate on that, and to have it perform the way it did over the holidays, and to do what it did on the charts. It's the first time that it's ever happened to an artist since 1992, and guess who that artist was then? It was lucky enough to be Garth Brooks then too. So it was a good Christmas for us. And we're now just turning the corner and taking it into 2017. And I got to tell you, it's starting off fantastic.
Well, Garth, it's such a pleasure to have come along this ride. As we were talking earlier, yes, I was a young pup when Garth Brooks came on the scene. I'm not gonna lie, I was a young pup, but to have been able to, just to have been a fan for so long, and then now be a part of the business, and to get to interview you, get to see where you've come. You took time off to be with your kids, which is an amazing feat, because most people, that's not something they would have ever done.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm going to disagree with you on this. I'm going to say if people could afford it and were given the same opportunity I was, I don't know of any parent out there that wouldn't have made the same choice. So babies are the greatest thing God ever invented, and they're here for such a short time, and then they just fly. Time flies. So I thank God and the people for that window that I got to raise my babies, and then can't thank God and the people enough for letting me come back to this crazy life and actually being cooler than it's ever been. So I feel very lucky, and thank you for this morning. I love you to pieces, and I can't wait to see you, and I hope you come to the show, and we'll see each other there.
Yes, I will be there. Garth, thank you so much.
Miss Gwen, thank you, honey. Have a great day.